Ready to get into the Hodgepodge Pick'em segment?
And I wait for this every week, man.
I know, you've been kicking my butt lately. Alright, we're starting with college football this week. We got, what, 4 games we're going to pick?
Yeah, 4 games. Yeah.
Alright. First game's in the SEC, Florida at Auburn. Auburn favored by 2 points.
This is a tough pick. You know, I mean, this game looks, you know, you got Auburn.
We don't like to pick the easy ones.
That's true. That's true.
Anybody can pick the easy ones.
You know, Auburn's been kind of up and down. They've kind of come back a lot. You know, I mean, they've shown some good defense. In crunch time, Gene Chizik kind of hasn't prepared. You know, Florida's been pretty good. You know, they've kind of had some injuries. Quarterback.
They got a rough schedule.
Yeah, and you know, on this, I'm going to go with Florida on this, even though Auburn's at home. I mean, I'm not crazy about this pick, but you know, they're getting the 2 points. I'm going to go with Florida in this game because I think they're going to step up. They played the hard games, and I think it's going to show in this game. And I think it's going to win it outright.
Yeah, I'm going to take Auburn on this. I'm going to give the 2 points. It's a tough one. I mean, it was like a kind of a flip of the coin there.
Right.
But I think Auburn probably with their running game is going to be able to kind of control the tempo of the game. And I just think that Florida's been kind of hurt, especially at the quarterback position. And I just don't know that play is going to be real great for their offense. Their defense has been good, but so is Auburn's defense is pretty good. So
I think their
Auburn
defense is going to give. I think Florida's defense is going to give Auburn some problems.
I think Auburn's still going to be able to run the ball. They're just going to kind
We'll
of
see.
power through it.
That's why they play games, right?
That's right.
So next game we got is you know, Big Ten. I know you're going to be all over this. Yeah, got excited about
This
this.
is an easy one.
We have Michigan State at East Lansing. So who do you got in this game?
Oh, I'm going Michigan easy. Michigan's going to win this big. 2.5 points is nothing. Denard Robinson, I mean, Michigan State's defense is decent, but they're not going to be able to contain Denard.
Denard can turn the ball over, though.
Yeah, the only chance Michigan State has is if they hurt Denard Robinson. If he gets injured, then they got a shot. But otherwise, Denard Robinson's just, by the third quarter, he's just going to take over.
Michigan State's got Cousins.
Like he's been
dealing.
Yeah, I know how much you love that guy. No, I think Michigan State's going to look tough with their new uniforms, but I think at the end of the day, Michigan's just going to run away with this one.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think Michigan's going to win this game. I've seen Michigan State. Michigan State on paper looks like they should be better, but you know, we talk about Cousins, and you know I don't like him, but I'm sure he's a great guy. But I mean, as far as playing ball, I think he just doesn't bring it, and I think he throws a lot of picks. He did in the Notre Dame game, and I think
he's kind of like in the game, and then you just see him.
It's the most inopportune moment. They're driving on the field, you get in the red zone, boom, he throws a pick. So I'm definitely going Michigan.
That seemed like an easy one. All right, we're moving out to the Pac-12. We got USC at Cal. The Trojans.
That sounds weird. I'm just not used to that.
The Trojans are favored by 3 points.
Used to be the Pac-8 years ago.
Well, you know what? Keep up with the times, buddy. Keep up with the times.
This is a good game. I think Southern Cal.
It's a good game that nobody will watch because it's on the West Coast.
Well,
so it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Well, I'm going to watch it, but I think Cal's played some pretty good teams. I mean, they're at home. SC's giving up the points, but I'm going to go with SC in this game because I think their offense is just going to overpower Cal.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's going to be an offensive game. The Pac-12 doesn't play that much defense anyway. They're going to be throwing the ball all over the field, I think. USC,
I think it's kind of a generalization.
Cal,
they don't play defense. But anyway.
Well, I mean, that's my opinion. So it's a generalization, but it's my opinion. But I agree with you. I see USC kind of taking this. I'll give the 3 points, and I'm going to take USC to win it. I think maybe a touchdown, 10 points probably.
Next game we got going to the Big 12. We got Oklahoma State at Texas, and I jumped on the Texas bandwagon last week, and everyone saw how that worked out.
That did not go well for you.
Guess where I'm going with this game?
Hey, I'll tell you what. I went with Oklahoma State a couple weeks ago when we picked. Their offense is just explosive.
Yeah.
The way they kind of rally against Texas A&M, I mean, you got to give them a lot of credit. Texas is probably a little bit better defense than Texas A&M, but I'm going to go with Oklahoma State too. I think they can probably win this by 2 touchdowns. It's a tough one though, because with Texas at home, I want to say it's going to be a little closer. It might be about 6 points, but I gotta go with Oklahoma State's offense and just see them kind of.
I'm doing the same thing. I think Texas has a good defense, but part of you need the offense that lets you rest. You need someone who's going to move the ball. That's what just killed them last week. They just kept 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. No defense is going to survive that. Yeah. So I'm going with Oklahoma State too. A lot of firepower. I think they win this by 2 touchdowns.
That should be fun. That's college football for you. We'll move into the NFL now. You ready?
Awesome. Let's do it.
All right. So the game we've got the Eagles 1-4 playing the Redskins 3-1. and the Eagles are favored by a point.
You liked them last week.
I
You
did.
gotta love them this week.
I did. I liked them against the Bills.
Yeah.
It was close.
This is gonna be a good game, I think.
Well, last year the Eagles came into DC and just whooped them.
Yeah.
I mean, they were up like 4 touchdowns by the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think they're going to cover.
What?
I think the Eagles, I'm going with the Eagles this week. I think this is the week they get off the schneid and they come back and they, I think there's such firepower in the Eagles. I think it's, you could say woulda, shoulda, coulda, but you look at the turnovers they had against the Bills, where they had like 4 or 5 turnovers.
If they just stop the turnovers,
they're going to win.
They're going to win.
Right.
Their defense isn't playing that bad. I mean, they're not playing great. I mean, it's not a defense you can count on to win you the game, and that's why the offense can't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
And
I look at Rex Grossman, and he's on my fantasy team, so
he loves to turn the ball over.
It pains me to say this because he's on my team. He's going to turn the ball over twice a game.
Yeah, I can't.
And so they're going to get a short field. Vic's going to take it in. I think they easily cover the.
I can't in good conscience think that the Redskins are going to go 4-1, and that's why I agree with you. I've got to go with the Eagles. I'm going to give the point because I don't think it'll be a 1-point game, but I think the Eagles will probably win by like a field goal, maybe 2.
I'm interested in seeing this game.
I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It should be a good game.
Next game we got is this is kind of in your house too. We got the Cleveland Browns, the Ohio Connection going to Oakland with the Raiders, and Raiders are favored by 6.5 points.
I don't like it when teams go to the West Coast. When they're going from the East Coast to the West Coast. I don't know. You don't think Cleveland's probably East Coast, but it's a long way to travel.
Jets can never play on the West Coast.
I don't know what is going on with the Browns and Peyton Hillis and why they won't just get him under contract and get that.
When he set the game
done.
out, then he said he shouldn't have set the game.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
I just think that the Browns' rush defense is not going to be able to stop Darren McFadden. I think the Raiders probably win by like 10, 11 points. I got to pick the Raiders in this and give the points. I can't bank on Cleveland really showing up. I mean, they're a decent team. They're middle of the road right now.
They really haven't done much this year.
And I just don't see them.
They seem a little disappointing to me.
The Raiders seem like they're kind of on the up, and the
Right.
Browns kind of seem like they're.
This seems a little bit like it's the Raiders' year if they can stay healthy.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Raiders also. Not to make this really boring, but I'm going with the Raiders also. For the things you outlined, I think the Browns have been that great against the run. McFadden should have a big game. He's on my fantasy team too, so I'm really welcoming that too. So anyway.
You're always looking out for your team.
That's true. That's what I'm doing.
All right, so the next game is the Buffalo Bills at the New York Giants. The Giants are favored by 3 in this one.
I was a little shocked by this line.
Yeah.
I had to check it. I went to like 2 or 3 sources and checked this just to make sure we were correct on this. Because I was like, the Bills have been playing their butts off, and here they're playing the Giants. I'm sticking on the Bills bandwagon. I mean, no one believes in them. You don't believe in them. All these people don't believe in them. They just keep winning every week, so I'm going to go with them. And the Giants are just so. They're just so hot and cold.
Yeah, they're very much up and down. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go with the Giants on this. I'm going to give the 3 points. I believe that the Giants will come back this week after losing at home to the Seahawks, and they're going to put some stuff together. It just seems like they rebound really well.
The running game could be a problem for the Bills.
Could be. The Bills' defense is ranked 30th based on yards, but they create a lot of turnovers.
But the best rating for a defense is points allowed.
Turnovers.
It's points allowed. That's the best rating of the defense.
But they're not even that good on points allowed. But they've created a lot of turnovers in the games that they win. And I think if they can do that, if they can get Eli Manning to throw a couple interceptions, which is known to happen, they'll probably win.
But
I'm going with the Giants.
Sometimes.
I'm just going with the Giants. I think he's just gonna go. I think he's gonna be hot. I think the Giants are just gonna run the ball for the most part.
The Battle of New York. This is a big battle upstate.
It's gonna be a big deal.
The city, right? Next game we got. This will be interesting. We got the Panthers going to the Falcons. Who do you like in this game?
It seems like every week we're picking a game with the Panthers in it. It seems kind of weird. They're like one of the worst teams, but. Yeah,
it's exciting to watch. Do you watch their games?
I try not to.
They may lose, but they lose like 45-40 or something.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, they have some stuff going for them, and I think in a couple of years they're going to turn it around. But you know what? I'm going to say that the Atlanta defense is going to stop the Panther rushing attack.
It's in the dome.
And I think
dome field advantage.
And I think they're going to stop that. I think it's going to be all on Cam. So if he has a 400-yard game, I think they win. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to go with Falcons. I'm going to give the points. I think they need to right the ship. They were favored by a lot of people going into this to be like Super Bowl favorites. So I think at 2-3, they really need a win here.
I was really disappointed in their effort last week. I mean, I just thought that. I mean, that's a revenge game. When the Packers come down there, you're going to beat the Packers. And I mean, granted, the Packers, but I'm going to go with the Panthers in this game.
Of course you are.
I think the
You're
Panthers
riding
get it
every
done.
week.
I think the Panthers get it done. I mean, they cover the spread. I mean, Cam's the best guy covering the spread in the NFL. So I'm going to go with the Panthers, and I think they could. I think they have a chance to win this game.
I hope we come back next week and get to eat those birds. I really do.
Hey, if it's working, it's working, right?
You can ride that Cam ship all you want.
The Bills and the Panthers, man.
I know.
We're the championship.
We're not picking those games anymore. I tell you that much. All right, that's all we got.
No, it's good. It's good.
So we'll see how things turn out. But as always, he's Hodge, I'm Podge. Go to HodgePodgeSports.com.